So in atomic structure, today we are going to discuss about Rutherford alpha ray experiment. So normally, first we should know what is the alpha particles. Alpha particles means helium, atomic number 2, mass number 4. Helium 2 4. Alpha particles means these are positively charged particles. Positively charged particles. These are positively charged particles. This one, radioactive source is taken. So the alpha particles are coming from the source, and this is a lead plate. This is a lead plate. So actually at the middle some hole is there. So rays will comes in different ways from source, but through that small hole pass through it. Why we are using this lead plate means to get a monochromatic light. So that means even though it's radioactive from source, alpha particles are moving in different directions, only from that hole will pass through it a beam of alpha particles. And this is a gold plate, gold foil. This is a gold foil. So this alpha particles falling on gold foil, and it passes in different directions and touches the zinc sulfide screen. Actually, how we know it touches the zinc sulfide screen? After touching this zinc sulfide screen, it will glows. So simply a small amount of radioactive source is taken, and a beam of alpha particles is allowed to pass on a gold foil. This gold foil thickness is 100 nanometers thickness, and this gold foil is covered by zinc sulfide screen around it. When alpha particles strikes the screen, some glow will appears, scintillation, that means scintillation. So from that glow means it will, after touching it will glow. Already I said in a cathode ray experiment too. Then from this experiment what we can understand? So here alpha particles are passing through this gold foil. Inside what is happened? So that we are discussing in a separate diagram. This one. So this round circle is a atom, gold atom. In gold foil, gold atoms are there. In gold atoms, when alpha particles are passing, what will happen inside? So most of the alpha particles, normally most of the alpha particles passing straight. See this? Most of the alpha particles passing straight. But some alpha particles are deviated. See this deviation? Some alpha particles are deviated whenever it reaches the nearby nucleus. And some alpha particles going back. This is known as bounced back. Bounced. So here we observe 3 points. So mainly here we observe 3 points. So here I am writing the observations, because based on observations we can conclude that points also. What will happen? What is going on inside the gold atom? So here first point is, so what we observed here, first point is most of the alpha particles moving straightly. So most of the alpha particles moving straightly. This is first observation. Second observation is some of the alpha particles Deflected. Deflected means deviations occur. Some of the alpha particles are deflected fairly at a large angles, and some alpha particles are deflected with small angles. So both are here. That means some alpha particles are deflected with large angles, some alpha particles are deflected with small angles. So both are there, and some are a very few alpha particles, bounced back. Bounced back means with 180 degrees it is going back. See this here. This one. That's I give a tick mark. That line. See that line? So in that alpha particles are going back exactly within the same line. That means 180 degrees. So here we observed 3 points. Most of the alpha particles are passing straightly. Some of the alpha particles are moving with the deviation. That means deflected. So very few alpha particles. Very few means very less number bounced back with 180 degrees. So what is that meaning? So based on these 3 observations, he given 3 conclusions. 3 conclusions. So first point is why they are moving straightly. So when it will move very straightly, when the particle, this atom is empty, having empty space. So it has largely empty space. Atom has large empty space. It has empty space, that's why they are moving straightly. That is the conclusion. Second point is some of the alpha particles are deflected with some angle. Deviation occurs. Why this deviation occurs? Because alpha particles are positively charged particle. So between alpha particles are positively charged particle. Positively charged particle. Positively charged particle. And center, nucleus, that is center of atom. Center of atom also having positive charge. If center of the atom contains positive charge, then only repulsion between alpha particle and nucleus occurs, then only deviation occurs. Why deviation occurs means, so in center positive charge is there and alpha particles are positively charged particle, and there is a repulsion between this positive charged particle. So there is a repulsion. Between positive charges. Here, between the positive charge of a alpha particle and a nucleus, there is a repulsion. That's why those are deviated. Next, third conclusion is when very few alpha particles are bounced back with 180 degrees. Observation, third point is a very few alpha particles bounced back. That means a large positively charged part is present at the center. The positive part of atom. The positive part of atom is present at center of the atom. center of the atom, that which is called as nucleus. That means entire mass of atom is concentrated at nucleus. The entire mass is, that means entire mass of atom is concentrated in the nucleus. So these are the three conclusions, students. Atom has largely empty space and alpha particles having positive charge, and center of the atom containing positive charge. Between that positive charges there is a repulsion. So the conclusion is center is having positive charge. That positively charged particle is known as nucleus. So entire mass is concentrated at nucleus. Based on these three conclusions, Rutherford given a nuclear model. So here nuclear model means how the particles are present inside the atom, how they are arranged. That can be explained by nuclear models. So here, based on alpha particle experiment, alpha ray experiment, Rutherford given a nuclear model. So from alpha particle experiment, he observed 3 points and he given 3 conclusions. Based on 3 conclusions, he given a Rutherford nuclear model. So according to Rutherford model, an atom is spherically shaped. Atom is spherically shaped. And mostly hollow with a lot of empty space. And mostly hollow space. Hollow means here empty space. Mostly with hollow space inside it. Second point is positively charged particle is present at nucleus. So positively charged particle is at center of the atom, and it is known as nucleus. So entire mass is located at concentrated nucleus. Next, what about electrons? Nucleus having positively charged particle. Then what about negatively charged particle? That negatively charged particles are surrounded by nucleus. So the nucleus is surrounded by electrons. That means how the electrons are moving? The electrons are moving around the nucleus with high speed in circular path. So electrons are moving in a circular path around the nucleus. With a high speed. But there is a electrons means negative charge, nucleus means positive charge. There will be attraction. So that between positively charged particle and negatively charged particle, there is a electrostatic force is present, strong attractive force. So electrostatic force of attraction is present between electrons and the nucleus. So actually this Rutherford model seems to be solar model. Rutherford model resemblances with solar system. He compared the electrons revolving around the nucleus with a solar system. That means planets revolve around the sun like that. So simply this is also known as, that's why this is called as planetary model. Planetary model of atom. Here actually radius of atom by radius of nucleus. Normally radius of atom is 10 power minus 8. Radius of nucleus is 10 power minus 13. Then 10 power 5. So that means size of the atom is 10 power 5 times the size of the nucleus. Size of the atom is 10 power 5 times of size of the nucleus. Then volume. So nucleus is smaller in size than that of atom. So the nucleus is smaller in size than that of atom. When compared to atom size, nucleus is smaller in size. So volume of atom is how much times increases. So we are comparing both. So volume of atom by volume of nucleus equal to, so radius of A atom whole cube by radius of nucleus whole cube. That means 10 power minus 8 whole cube by, based on formula I am explaining here, 10 power minus 13 whole cube. So almost 10 power minus 24 by 10 power minus 39. So after getting cancellation 10 power 15, that means volume of atom is 10 power 15 times than of volume of nucleus. So volume of atom is 10 power 15 times of volume of nucleus. So atomic number means it is equals to the number of positive charges in the nucleus. So it is number of units positive charge, number of units positive charge in the nucleus. That means it denotes the number of protons. It denotes number of protons, or number of electrons. Number of electrons in a neutral atom. Why again we are comparing with the electrons? Because how many positive charge are there, that many negative charge also possible. So positive charge means protons, negative charge means electrons. So this is nothing but atomic number. So atomic number equal to atomic number Z equal to number of protons. Number of protons in the nucleus of a atom, and it is equals to the number of electrons in a neutral atom. So normally, if you take one atom, inside there is a nucleus. In nucleus, what will be there? In nucleus, protons and neutrons are there. Neutrons is neutral, hence positive charge belongs to protons. So that's why we are calling positive charge. Okay. So simply just remember, atomic number symbol is Z, and it is equals to the number of protons in the nucleus or number of electrons in the neutral atom. Suppose if you take atomic number of nitrogen, example, atomic number of nitrogen is 7. That means neutral nitrogen atom has 7 protons. That is, it has 7 protons plus 7 electrons. Next, mass number. Mass number symbol is capital A. Here. So what is mass number? So mass number is equals to the total number of atoms, the total number of protons and neutrons. So it is equals to the, here I am writing, students, A equal to total number of protons and neutrons present in nucleus of atom, of a element. So number of protons plus number of neutrons equal to the mass number. So here I am writing simply definition as a mass number A equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. So proton symbol is Z. Atomic number of protons, number of electrons, symbol is Z only. Number of neutrons means small n. So simply we can write A equal to Z plus n.